capabilities. And the first question that we said is, are we going to need more sites if we put mmWave, or is it enough to use the exact same sites where LTE was? And so when we look at the propagation map, you see that if you put 5G in the exact same places, because you already have power, you already have Ethernet, you already have all the backhaul, so it's very easy to just replace. The coverage, there was no places where we had out of coverage. And you see very similar to what is happening here, where even behind, you know, the antennas or on the side, you still have plenty of coverage like you see today in the real. But the big gain is on the system capacity. So this was what you would get with LTE as a system with 16 cell sites. With the same amount of cell sites, this is what the system is giving you. It's giving you more than 10 times, or it's a factor bigger from a system capacity. Why? Because LTE is limited in spectrum. mmWave, you have 800 megahertz spectrum. It's a lot of spectrum that you can use. Very effective. And if we wanted to compare the user experience, let's say we take a random, Cat12 device, we can do comparisons to see what the user experience would be. And this would be a Cat12 device. Go ahead and get it started. Where a Cat12 device might be buffering or might have, a few breaks here and there. Obviously, the 5G mmWave, 95% of the time is already, and this is a pretty significant, high quality, very high quality video. It had absolutely almost no issues playing this full on. And this is on a very congested environment, which will be a Mobile World Congress hallway. Let's take another use case. In the case of an office building, like this one. This is our, is the map of our research center in New Jersey. And it's typical construction, drywall, some glass, very typical. And these are Wi-Fi access points. We don't have LTE in the research center. We just put Wi-Fi access points. So we wanted to see what happens if you use the points where you have Wi-Fi, but instead of Wi-Fi, you put in a mmWave 5G site. Are you going to need more? Are you going to need less? We don't know. So we did a simulation to understand the propagation. And this is what we came up with. So if we place in the same spots where Wi-Fi used to be, we almost have about 97% of the area covered. So it wasn't too bad, So now we're starting to tell enterprises that you can actually take your Wi-Fi access points and maybe replace it with a combination 5G Wi-Fi product that could serve, a huge capacity. This is, the network capacity of only 7 sites is 14 gigabits, so it's tremendous. And the idea here is a lot of networks, because of security, they want to keep a lot of the data on premises. So they want to keep a lot of applications on the network. So let's say you come in to work and you don't have a laptop, you just grab any laptop because it's not personalized. You log in, all your data is on the cloud. You don't have issues with viruses. You don't have issues with people stealing your laptop or losing your laptop because you leave work, you leave the laptop, you grab another laptop, it doesn't matter. All your data is on the cloud, and the latency is very fast, so you can't tell that really you don't have something local, everything. So a lot of the IT departments really like this kind of scenario. It's very easy to upgrade software, it's very easy to get the latest because everything is running on the cloud. So with a very low investment, they can have a very secure network in doing that. And the final use case that I have is we took a transportation hub, a very busy subway station in Beijing, and we said, okay, what if we randomly place users, and this was the existing LTE nodes that they had, is what if we actually replaced those LTE nodes with mmWave? What would be the user experience? Well, let's first look at the coverage. So from a coverage point of view, actually let me, from a coverage point of view, again, pretty much one-to-one. I think we see repeatedly this kind of model where when you're replacing something that is already LTE, putting mmWave is not very difficult. You don't have to add more sites. Maybe some spots here and there, but overall, with a huge amount of capacity.